What just happened?
I don't have any script for this at all. I'm completely fucking winging it. But Five Nights at Freddy's. You know what FNAF is. You don't need me to tell you, man. Like, come on. We all know what FNAF is. It's that game that all the YouTubers shout at, you know? Markiplier. Jacksepticeye, all that. And Roblox. It's the sinking ship that keeps on giving, you know? Every week they're making it worse, you know? I check back on the dev forum, find out that they're getting rid of player IDs. Oh, that's gonna be fucking brilliant. Yeah. God, I wish I could use a real game engine, but, you know, sunk cost fallacy is one hell of a thing. So yeah, FNAF game on Roblox. That's it. That's what we're gonna be making. Let's fucking do it. So basically, my idea, right, is let me pull something up here. We're gonna get these guys. Yes. So these are our animatronics, right? Let's why does Chica look so hench? Oh my! What? Where's his neck? Oh dear! Oh my god, they all look so chopped. Don't worry about it. All right. So here are our rooms, right? We've got our office here. Let's pretend that this is the show stage, right? We've got Freddy, Bonnie, Chica on the show stage, and Foxy over here. My idea is that from the office, right, you would light up different rooms depending on which animatronic was going to move into there. So, for example, Bonnie moves here, right? And you don't want him to go to this room, otherwise he'd be able to get you in the office. You'd light it up, and Bonnie would go, "Oh shit, man! There's a fucking light in this room. Can't go there, mate." I need to go that way, and then you'd turn the light off. It's peak game design. There's gonna be different animatronics react differently to the light. So Freddy might go in there and see, "Oh fuck, mate, that room's dark. I'm gonna go hide in here." Or he might see, or Chica might go, "Oh mate, that light, it's got a light on it. I'm going over there." And yeah, basically you'd light up different rooms to ward off or redirect the animatronics. It's a lot more about cameras in this game rather than doors. Alright, so me being the professional YouTuber I am, I actually didn't record any of this, so you're kind of dropping in halfway. But you know what? You're a big boy. You know, I trust you. You can handle it. So basically, all I've done so far is I've made the show stage, parts and service, entrance, and backstage, along with some lighting. I've already got a camera system in, you know, with the office movement. It's kind of a banger, you know. I do go on to later change these dots, so don't worry too much about them. They look kind of ugly right now, but I've got this CRT bend effect on the screen. I'll show you how I did that in a bit, but it's kind of a chopped solution. But you know, it works. It looks beautiful. You know, what can I say? So here we have a time lapse of me building. Here I'm putting together a table and chairs for the booths that will go into the restaurant. I'm low-key kind of a free model warrior. I love my free models. I can't model for shit. You're gonna see that later when I show you the animatronics. But yeah, I wanted to keep this section open, so you kind of have to like squint when you see through the cameras. It looks great, trust me, with all the lighting and the camera effects. You can kind of get away with, you know, not making it kind of detailed because, you know, you're never gonna see most of it. That's until like later in the game, because you know, I'll tell you more about that in a bit. But here I've got a ball pit. It's had like a fucking hand in it, so I had to delete that. Putting up the rafters, doing the wall decorations. It's quite simple. I start with the layout, then I move to the props, finish with the ceiling decorations, I group it all into a folder for ease of organization, and my final step is lighting. You know, lighting kind of saves me. Here I'm experimenting with different lights. I do end up changing them for a more grungy and dark atmosphere later, and it works with the cameras. So yeah, here's what I was talking about with the cameras. You can see you don't actually notice most of the detail with the lighting, which certainly helps me because I don't have to put as much effort into detailing as I normally would. But so next is the arcade. Here you can see I'm just getting the flooring down. I found this beautiful carpet texture for the arcade on the free market, the toolbox. At first I tried this brick texture for the walls, you know, going for a red style, but I thought it looked kind of shit, so I ended up deleting it later. You can see here I realize, wait, this is bund, so I swap it out with the usual one. For now, I'm just worried about getting the layout down, you know, boxing it in, making sure the shapes are right, it all fits. But once I do, I move on to the roof and I label it. And yeah, that's the interior done. Here you can see some beauty shots, you know. I ended up furnishing it with a bunch of arcade machines I found. I put a giant hockey table in the middle just to break up the visual density, because is that a word, visual density? I don't know, it feels like a word, but yeah, I thought there were too many arcades, so I put a giant hockey table down. It's not finished, obviously. This is just a placeholder. I am probably gonna go back and change this because it looks kind of chopped, but you know, oh well. I repeat the same process for pretty much the entire map. Like, here's the backstage area with a bunch of the old costumes, you know. It looks great with all the lighting and stuff. Like, it's the small details, like the pipes on the walls, the chains, the lighting, like, just, it looks so good even though you don't see most of it on the cameras. It's same with the kitchen as well. Like, you only ever see it from one angle. But it looks great with the lighting. Lighting is honestly one of the biggest hacks when building. That's what I found out, you know. Like, I can't really model aside from pasting free models, but you know, the lighting just carries me, man. It's beautiful. Alright, so let me tell you how I've made the cameras. So basically, I wanted a CRT bend effect, but you know, Roblox, they don't let you do camera effects that well. I'm sure this wouldn't be a problem if, you know, I was on a real game engine, but you know, then again, sunk cost fallacy, Roblox is shit. So what I ended up doing was, I noticed that if you look through a glass ball, you can kind of see that there's a bend. I don't know how obvious that is, but it's more obvious if I pull back. Whenever the camera's looking around side to side, this glass ball just follows along wherever you look, basically. So it's kind of chopped. And then we have this overlay on top for some moving static here. You can see these are the new camera buttons I was talking about earlier. When you combine this together with the bending and the overlay effects, it looks quite good, I'd say. I'm proper chuffed with it. Yeah. But enough about the building, you know. It's time for the reason you're here, you know. The animatronics. The animatronics are iconic. You got Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Foxy. It's iconic, man. It's what made the franchise. So how did I do my animatronics? Well, I didn't want to just take them from the toolbox, mainly because, you know, I tried and they had like fucking million polygons who liked my game. What? Who said that? Who said that? No, so for my animatronics, I figured, why not learn Blender? You know, I've been putting it off for 10 years. I may as well. So yeah, let's hop into Blender and make my animatronics.
Why not? It's not like you can transform.
Oh yeah? Well, watch this.
Whew. Okay. After all that, I finally got my animatronics. Oh my god. And I forgot to record it. Oh, someone kill me now. Okay. You know what? We've got Bonnie. We've got Bonnie. Yep. He looks great. We've got Chica. She looks fat. We have Freddy. Freddy looks beautiful with his vest. Oh my god. It's finally over. I have my animatronics. Now, I did record my process for modeling Chica. I started with a cube, you know, put a subdivision on it, mirroring it. I was going for something like Saturday Nights at Freddy's. Their Chica looks very good with like the beak off, and I thought, hey, I can do that. But you know, I think in retrospect, I was well in over my head. It ended up looking quite shit. Yeah, when I tried, it looked like that purple guy hoax. Yeah, so I ended up scrapping this one and doing it again. Like you can see when I try and thicken it in a moment, it glitches out, and yeah, I just get rid of it. I'd say it went a lot better the second time, mainly because this time I actually bothered to use a reference image. I based the head off Nightmare Chica because I saw this one unwithered design. Or no, not unwithered, I guess un-nightmare would be the right word. But yeah, I saw this really good fan design and I thought, oh, I wish I'd saved for that because I could have shown you guys. But yeah, no, all in all, I spent a lot more time on this one. I made it a lot better than the last one. Yeah, I'm just gonna let the time lapse go. At first, I tried modeling a separate beak for Chica, like similar to the other animatronics in my game, and similar to the reference image, but it ended up looking quite strange. You'll see here on the model in Roblox when I eventually show you. For the actual rig itself, I just copied the Freddy one. Yeah, it looked kind of odd when I did it, so I ended up redoing it to actually be more similar to, I think it was Toy Chica, and how she has like one faceplate for all of it, and it looks a lot nicer, I'd say. A lot more Chica. It looks quite horrifying in the right light. I'll show you a picture. Like, imagine you're just on the cameras, right, and you see this in the corner. Oh my god, bro, I love it. Yeah, so with the map complete and the animatronics done, we're, you know, almost there. The next thing we'd need to do is program the AI, the power, the lighting. There's still a lot to do, you know, but this episode's already gone on long enough, and, you know, I need to go to sleep. It's 4 in the morning. So, you know what? I'm just gonna leave you with this panoramic masterpiece that I've concocted. Yeah, just enjoy the map.